Brickey Sports Show. And get ready for the flow. And get ready for the flow. And get ready for the flow. Brickey Sports Show.
Song you see there, that was produced by Reverend Paul Matthews, the youngest member of the group. And we're back on this Monday. It's supposed to be hot today, though. I mean, you heard about the cooling center. It's supposed to be 102 degrees. Ouch, man. Might as well be in like Southeast Asia or Saudi Arabia or somewhere. It's hot. Anyway, though, welcome back. I am on the mother station here at WIDU. This is Troy, and across in front of me is Reverend Carlton Brown. And also we have DL online, and also the E. Smith Hall of Famer and Duke alum, to whom the show is named, Coach Robert Brickey. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning, gentlemen. Always good to hear your voices on the Monday morning.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Prayed everybody had a great Father's Day on yesterday. I heard you talking earlier. Everything was clear. I believe our producer was sharing that it was 8 of them, and they went to a restaurant, and they walked right in and got a table.
Not Mother's Day, right? I told y'all. Mother's Day, the line is outside the door, right? Wait an hour, 2 hours.
Can you see? You see, 8 of them, brother, 8 of them, and we got plenty of space.
Come on in.
Back to you, Coach.
Well, listen, congratulations go out to the Tar Heels in University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill for reaching the College World Series final.
Right.
So North Carolina, the state of North Carolina is having a good sports year.
Yes, sir.
So, although I am not a Tar Heel fan, I will pull for the ACC team. They have,
you're a Duke guy. So
they have, it's funny. Carolina has won over 50 games this year. They're like 50-13. So imagine playing 63 games. Your season spans from the end of school into the summer. So, you got to stick around and play baseball. Anyway, I'm sure it's a great experience, but, Carolina's been on the roll, so hopefully they play today. So hopefully they can make some progress.
One game left. One game for all the marbles tonight.
Yeah, Coach, I would say this about the coach for Tar Heels, because, in that Super Series, they lost the first game. They said, no, he didn't panic. He said, I know what's wrong. We can fix this. Because Oklahoma's been red hot.
Yeah.
And he said, no. He said, we can fix this. And sure enough, they came back, and they won big on yesterday. And so, I believe he does know what he's talking about. It'll be interesting. That game would be 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for us, and it would, it's going to be interesting to see if they can bring it home. That's something they've not been able to do.
Right.
Some people don't realize, but North Carolina is very good in lacrosse as well. Right? Men and women, they won, a lot of national championships with that. People don't think about that, but think about Jim Brown was a lacrosse player. Matter of fact, he was an All-American lacrosse player at Syracuse. So, he was a double sport major. I don't quite know how lacrosse works, but, they've been running around throwing a little ball.
Yeah, and they've also been very good at especially women's soccer. Carolina has had a really good sports program for a long time. So good luck to the Tar Heels tonight.
Yeah, I got on my Tar Heel hat. You can't see it probably, but I'm wearing my Tar Heel hat. I'm representing today. You see what I'm saying? And they win. I'm looking for Paul Matthews, wherever you are. Come out, Paul, wherever you are.
He's still in New York.
Yeah, he's still in New York celebrating.
Yeah, I was talking to my first cousin. She lives in the Bronx, and I said, yeah, when she was born and raised there, I said, I said, it's all about New York. She said, yeah, it's all about New York right now, about them Knickerbockers, and unfortunately, it'll be 53 years before they get it again, so we won't be around.
I know we talked about the Carolina Hurricanes, but again, the state of North Carolina is having a good sports year. You bring the NHL trophy home, and I heard the parade was amazing. Did anybody have a chance to see any parts of the parade?
I watched a little bit of it. I saw until they just started cussing every other word, and I said, it's not necessary, So, but they had a great parade. They said they had, over 100,000, maybe 200,000 people showed up. So I was watching it, the speeches, and the coach ripped off his shirt. He's ripped, man.
Okay.
And so, but yeah, great celebration, great speeches, but they just need to expand their vocabulary a little bit. So I said, I don't need to hear them. And, the radio, the TV tried to, cut it out. But by the time they always beep it after they said, because they're not expecting it. And the thing is, once one person does it, everybody gets the liberty to do it. But it was a great parade, great celebration.
Yeah, Dion, did you have a chance to see any of it?
No, I didn't watch the parade. Wish they could have had more people. I think they had between 150 and 200. But it's great for the area. Hockey's an uphill battle. This region, not a lot of hockey teams in North Carolina, but that was good for Raleigh in the region. North Carolina, I don't think they won anything since the old Carolina Cougars. Well, prior to the Hurricanes winning in 2006, I remember the old I don't remember, but I've been told about the Carolina Cougars that played in Greensboro. They won something back in the day, I guess. They were with the ABA or whatever. So it's always good for North Carolina from a professional standpoint. And like I say, that owner, the owner owns the Lenovo Center, and he's in the thick of things trying to get a Major League Baseball team for the area. So it's good for Raleigh and it's good for the region in North Carolina.
Yeah, that'll be fantastic. So, Pastor Brown, we basically just gonna pass the mic to you. We're gonna talk World Cup, and okay. I know more than we do. You can run it down in a professional manner. So, we're gonna turn this segment over to you.
Okay. World Cup update, y'all. All right. So the World Cup has been going great so far. The USA has done something they've never done before. They've won their back-to-back World Cup game, and they've actually clinched their group, right? They clinched it, and it's unusual to clinch it within 2 games. They have 2 more games to play, but they've already clinched their group. Their main superstar player has been hurt, so this helps them to rest him a little bit more. But that's the biggest news in terms of America and soccer, that they have cleared the group stage. They've won their round. But now there are some interesting things that's going on. You have the smallest nation to have ever qualified for the World Cup is a country with 185,000 people. That's the total population of the country, Curacao. And they are making waves. Their goalkeeper has set a World Cup record in terms of how many goals he has saved in one match. And, of course, one of the biggest names in soccer anywhere is Mark Messi, right? And he had never scored a 3 goals in one game, and he did that on the last game. Today, 3 of the greatest goal scorers will be in action. You have Messi from Argentina, you've got Mbappe from France, and you've got Holland from Norway. And so today's a great game. If you're gonna watch one day of the World Cup soccer, watch it today, because you got 3 of the greatest soccer players that currently playing right now. That's gonna be on the pitch today. So if you are a soccer fan or you're trying to learn about soccer, today would be a good day to check it out. So again, the biggest news in terms of soccer for America is that America has cleared the group stage. They've won the group. First time ever they've won back-to-back World Cup games. And they got 2 games left in their round, but they're going to rest some of their superstars so they can be fresh for the knockout round, which starts next week. So that's it. And I'm heading to Atlanta tomorrow to watch a game on Wednesday.
That is fantastic. So let me give you the rundown. So World Cup game start today at 1:00. Argentina versus Austria at 1. 5 o'clock, France and Iraq.
Yep.
8 o'clock, Norway and Senegal.
Right.
11 o'clock, Jordan and Algeria. So we got a full day. If you're a soccer fan, you got a full day of soccer.
Day. Yeah. I'm usually going to my bed 12 o'clock at night because I sit and I usually watch 3 or 4 games every day.
Really?
So,
I love the fact that you love soccer that much. Because I've talked to people from countries where soccer is big, and I guess I don't get it because we just didn't grow up with soccer. So, but I love the passion from soccer fans.
Oh yeah, we're passionate about it, man. And the thing about it is, I have a brother in Canada, a brother in New York, and every day we get on the phone. At halftime of every game, we do a FaceTime call, and we watch the games, and we do our thing. So listen, that's what we grew up with. So that's our NBA, that's our football. Yeah. So either you like it or you don't, and we do.
So question, guys. So now that country you're talking about, which would be half the size of Cumberland County when it comes to population.
Curacao, yeah.
Exactly where is that?
Curacao is a Caribbean island.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then you have a next country, Cape Verde, which is a country in West Africa. This is the first time they've ever been in the World Cup, and they have made history in the fact that everybody's expecting Spain to win the World Cup, and they played them to a 0-0 draw. All right, and so the commentators, everybody declared it a win because again, Spain is the #1 team. They're the 67th ranked team in the world, and they played them to a 0-0 draw. One note that their goalkeeper had about 100,000 followers on Instagram. After the game, it went up to 10 million just because of what they did. So that's how much soccer can, go crazy. So that's awesome.
Coach, I got a question for you.
I know you will watch. Oh, I'm sorry, Greg.
Yeah, Coach, I got a question for you. So I got godson. He worked for a number of Fortune 500 companies, and they have their little soccer leagues in those corporations. They're not playing. They're not playing. They don't have a basketball team or a softball team. Now they have soccer teams. What about that? Could you respond to that?
They have. What's the purpose of it?
I'm so sure. It's a little competitive sport between the different corporations. But I'm saying is that they don't play basketball or softball. It used to be a softball league with some of these companies.
Right.
Now they have soccer teams. Is it cheaper, safer?
I just think that goes to show the growth in popularity in soccer in the U.S.
Okay.
Because around the world it's already very popular. We just behind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're just catching up, right?
Yeah. I'm going to ask DL. I know, DL, you watch a lot of sports. Are you a soccer fan?
No, it's sort of like baseball and hockey. When it gets down to the Final Four, I'll do it. So, and right now with the NBA draft coming up tomorrow,
right?
It's the 23rd, 24th. I'll probably tune into the NBA draft to see where Caleb Wilson goes and Paula Boozer.
Right. It's like it brings up a good point. Well, we probably need to talk football before we talk about basketball, but I guess the way I look at it is because we're going to have draft, and then we're going to step right into NBA Summer League, and then you'll have what's that league where they have the Elam ending and the basketball league. So you'll have some basketball traction for a couple of weeks. But and then football sneak in on us. But so it's not inappropriate to talk basketball right now. But so I'm excited to see what happens though, because I think the draft could help position some teams to get better. Ordinarily it's this Wizards, some bottom of the league team. Right now, there's some teams that are positioned to draft a player that could have an impact, which could change things. So that's what I get excited about.
The thing about the NBA is that they're trying to deter teams from tanking next year, and it's just not a good look. And Peterson, nobody wants to go to Utah, so I think they may take AJ DeBoschia. He's probably the only one. Good thing that Washington has the first pick because Peterson, right. He'd probably be sick if he had sent him to Utah.
Listen, he's going to go wherever he goes, man. Right now they're saying that he might be the number one draft pick, but, they said DeBoschia might be. Then I hear some people say Boozer might jump up and be the number one draft pick. And, of course, Wilson from North Carolina, he's up there in the top 10 picks. So it should be interesting. I think what's going to be interesting, they say that Giannis may get traded by tomorrow. And that would put a monkey, that would put a wrench in the whole thing. They say he might go to Miami or Boston. I don't know. What do you guys think about that trade, man, with Giannis moving out of Milwaukee? What do you think?
Well, if he goes to Miami, Pat Riley's old school. Pat Riley won't put up with his nonsense, and I like Giannis, but you get out to Miami, his coach, you're not getting the coach fired. You can ask LeBron and them about that years ago. So Miami ain't what you want if you want to be in an organization that ain't gonna let you run things.
Discipline, right.
I think this is going to be an interesting offseason because I think it's going to be an impactful draft. Plus, there's going to be some big trades. So I think the landscape of the league is going to change a little bit in an interesting way over the summer. So we'll have something to look forward to come fall.
Yep.
And if he goes to Boston, they say Brown might get moved, and so that would be a big shakeup there also. So I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting tomorrow night to hear what happens and who gets shifted and who goes where. LA Clippers have the number 5th draft round pick, so I don't know. That might really give them a leg up in their division.
You know what? Here in Charlotte, there's some talk about them trading Ball. Because Charlotte's right on the bubble. Your window of opportunity is short. So what move can they make to try to get better in the next year or two? You can't. If you wait to year 3, it's over. Your wind's gone. So they got to do something. What do you think about that deal? You think should they move Ball?
I would in a minute because the immaturity on and off the court, and plus I think he wants to be in a bigger media market. The Clippers, Pascal Brown, the Clippers, I got that they owe the Thunder one more first-round pick. So that pick is not theirs because of the SGA trade. And I would move Ball just because of the immaturity. And so he's a good guard. Listen, it'll hurt unless you get something in return. I like Ball. His game is good. It's just sometimes basketball decisions.
Listen, I'm going to see him play sometimes in person, and he is a really, really good player. But I think he has trade value. Yeah. So if you can find the right piece, or you might even get a player and a pick. So, you can really improve your team if you can find the right combination. Yeah.
Coach, you got about a minute and a half before you break.
Hold on. I know we had some other things to talk about. Now I lost focus here.
Okay. Well, look. While you're thinking, question. So I just happened to look because I wanted to know. I was looking at the number of African American players in the NBA, and this one thing was saying, this demographic study on diversity and ethics in sports, it was saying that 70 to 78% of NBA players are black.
Wow.
Well,
Does that surprise you?
Yeah, that's not surprising.
Yeah, well, because I was watching this thing. It was actually was on YouTube, and it was talking about Larry Bird, and it said that at the time that little thing going on there, 75% of the league was black, but the Boston Celtics, 75% of the players were white, and that was a little thing, Isaiah Thomas, because what's name had said something about Larry Bird not being that good, and that was a little controversy back in the day with that. But anyway, time for a break. Coming up on a break, Coach. The Coach Brickey Sports Show. Going to go to a break, come back, and you have more of Coach Brickey and the team.
Make it ready for the flow. Make it ready for the flow. Brickey Sports Show.
Alan Greenspan, the influential economist who steered U.S. monetary policy during his 5 terms as chairman of the Federal Reserve under 4 presidents, died today at the age of 100. A bill moving through the legislature would let any county resident challenge a neighbor's ballot up to 5 days after an election day. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer says he is stepping down as leader of the governing Labour Party. He made the announcement this morning. Russian strikes have targeted civilian infrastructure across Ukraine today. As North Carolina lawmakers consider loosening restrictions on coastal hard structures such as jetties and terminal groins, a recent scientific review is highlighting both the benefits and drawbacks of using them to combat beach erosion. Senior negotiators from the U.S. and Iran have wrapped up a lengthy round of initial talks today. Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
I'm Jamie Monticelli, WIDU Radio News. Cumberland County, in partnership with the City of Fayetteville government and community partners, will open cooling centers today in response to forecasted heat index values reaching 102. Residents without access to air conditioning are encouraged to visit a cooling center during normal business hours to stay cool and safe. Remember to drink plenty of water, limit outdoor activity during peak heat hours, and check on older adults, young children, neighbors, and pets. The city is looking for Fayetteville residents to roll up their sleeves and help shape the future of the city. The city is now accepting applications for 17 boards and commissions covering everything from transit and planning to housing, public safety, and more. Those volunteer roles are how the community stays connected to the decisions that matter most. The deadline to apply is July 31st. From WIDU Radio, I'm Jamie Monticelli.
Monday morning starting out warm and humid, setting the tone for the rest of the day today when temperatures make it well into the 90s. We stand the chance for some mainly evening showers and thunderstorms. A couple of those could be on the strong side. Overnight, a few showers left over, but they're gradually fizzling out. Temperatures, meanwhile, low to mid 70s for lows. And by Tuesday, a few stray showers, highs in the low 90s, still humid. I'm meteorologist Chris Michaels in the NCN Weather Center.
At Fayetteville State University, you will do something you thought you could never do. And never say never again. With NC Promise $500 per semester tuition, dare to see where you can go. Check out all your options, including our new cybersecurity program. Because tomorrow just can't wait. Fayetteville State University. Anything really can happen. Are you in?
It's time again for your conference, CCFM Conference 2026, Wednesday, June 24th through Saturday, June 27th at the Florence Center, Florence, South Carolina. We will welcome Apostle Joshua Giles, Pastor T. Renee Glenn, Dr. Darius Daniels, Pastor John F. Hanna, Bishop Melvin Lambert, Bishop Bobby Hilton, and our psalmists, Pastor Smokey Norfolk, Pastor Wendy Wyatt, Pastor Naomi Rain, Pastor Lillian Lloyd. Yes, this is your conference, CCFM Conference 2026 at the Florence Center. Admission is free, but registration has major advantages. For more information, go to ccfmnation.org, ccfmnation.org. You don't want to miss the King's Summit CCFM Conference 2026, June 24th through the 27th. Come hungry for God's presence.
Hurricane season begins June 1st, and in Fayetteville, we don't wait for a storm to hit before we take action. Preparedness starts today. Now is the time to build your emergency kit, restock fresh water, and review your family's evacuation plan. Don't let a severe storm catch your household off guard. Know your risk, stay informed, and look out for your neighbors. Find more information at fayetteville.nc.gov/ReadyFay. Together, let's be ready, Faye.
Angelic Florist Creations, 442 Hillsborough Street, Fayetteville, is family owned and operated, proudly serving the Fayetteville area. Whatever the occasion, Angelic Florist Creations can create a floral arrangement or gift for any occasion or holiday. Angelic Florist Creations has prompt, friendly, and caring service. If you want to say you care, you can always say it with flowers from Angelic Florist Creations, 442 Hillsborough Street, Fayetteville. Call 910-485-2205.
It's one of life's simplest comforts. Turning on the tap and knowing clean, safe water's there. A glass before bed, a warm shower in the morning, water to cook, clean, and care for loved ones. So often, it's something that can be taken for granted, but behind every drop is a commitment to quality, safety, and service. At Fayetteville PWC, providing award-winning water is more than a service. It is a responsibility and a point of pride. Delivering clean, reliable water remains a top priority for Fayetteville and surrounding communities every single day, because clean water supports healthy families, strengthens neighborhoods, and helps communities thrive today and for generations to come. Discover more about the difference quality water makes at faypwc.com. Fayetteville PWC, always there, always on, always built to serve.
Back again to the Coach Brickey Sports Show and hand it off. We're back to Coach. Good morning.
Good morning. So, is anybody followed the WNBA?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've been watching it.
Who's what stood out to you so far? Has anybody watched Olivia Miles play yet?
I watched a couple games. What stood out to me as a pacer as a Fever fan from the early 2000s when Tamika Catchy's come on, Caitlin Clark this team is a big disappointment to Fever. And now Caitlin Clark, in the game, they lost back-to-back games against Atlanta over 2 nights. Third ankle Reese. Thank God there was no controversy between her and Reese. But her turnovers are becoming a problem for Indiana. She starts off game strong, but as you know, in any sport, you're behind, and in the fourth quarter, they put the pressure on. But it messes up Caitlin's flow. They're going to have to figure it out because they went to the championship. Well, they were 1 game away from the WNBA championship without her. She didn't play a lot last year. And with her, she's getting her numbers, but the team's not gelling. I don't like the trio that they kept. They kept some players. I think they kept two players with Caitlin's best friends for marketing purposes. It wasn't for basketball purposes. Indiana's going in reverse, if you ask me.
So who's your favorite player at this stage, and what team do you think has the advantage in looking to win this thing?
Well, Asia Wilson is always going to be she's my favorite player, but she's not on my favorite team because Las Vegas has a good coach in Becky Hammond, and they got just surround themselves with veteran players, and I think they're on pace to win it again. I like to see what the Dallas Wings do with Paige Beckers and the Fudge girl from young lady from Connecticut. So I'm gonna keep my eye on Dallas because they were terrible last year. But it's Asia Wilson in the league. She dominates on both ends.
I don't know, the Lynx and the Liberty might have something to say about that. Minnesota has the best record right now, and I don't know if you all watched the game last night, the 30th anniversary game, where LA won the game with the last-second shot, three-point shot by Aneka Agomako. Listen, don't sleep on Atlanta either. They have the second-best record. And Asia Reese, she's leading the NBA in rebounds, and she became the fastest player in NBA history to reach 1,000 career rebounds. I think some of the rivalry between her and your girl, I think it's fabricated because they have to push that narrative. They have to have a bad guy and a good girl.
That's true.
Bad guy, good guy thing, black and white. That's going to push ratings and so I think people were pushing that a lot last year. But as you said, she stepped back a little bit this year. Or the second year, again, she's fallen off a little bit. So listen, I think you got about 4 teams that really has a chance. Las Vegas is probably still the favorite, but I think you got about 4 teams that really has a good chance to really do well this year.
Yeah, the Caitlin Clark and the Pacers. I agree with you. I think they're going the wrong direction. And I thought probably just like you thought they were a team on the rise.
Right.
But I think they made some decisions. But it happens. It happens, and But I'm excited about some of the younger players that they have. And from a coaching perspective, about Angel Reese, every coach, every team, every organization is looking for a rebounder.
Absolutely.
In this day and age, everybody thinks they got to put the ball in the hole and score and do all those other things. If you can rebound, your talent will find a way for you.
But she's still scoring now. She's averaging 15 points a game also. So, averaging 11 rebounds, 12 rebounds, and 15 points a game, a double-double every night. So she's not doing bad.
Right. Have you watched Olivia Miles play? Now, I remember watching her at Notre Dame and at TCU, and I didn't think she would come in and be doing as well as she has done.
Yeah,
she looks like one of the better players in the league in her first, few games. So, but my point is, I think the league is in good hands.
Right.
A lot of good talent, a lot of young talent.
And like you said, Miles is doing awesome, man. She's taking the league by storm right now. Last year it was Clark. This year it's Miles. I mean, she's doing things as a rookie that even Clark didn't do last year. So it's interesting. So that's the person you need to keep your eyes on.
Right.
You Beckers as well.
Right.
Oh,
Paige Beckers. Right. Yeah.
Have you guys heard about
she's having
Shaquille O'Neal's daughter, 6'3"?
Where is she?
I guess she's in college still.
Yeah.
I wonder how that's gonna flow.
She's it's interesting. this is a good question for everybody. You grow up the child of a superstar,
Right.
and you happen to be tall. Is that pressure on you to play basketball?
You better believe it.
Yeah, she's Miara O'Neal. She's committed to the Florida Gators.
Okay.
Just come out of high school.
Okay, she must be pretty good then.
She chose them over her father's
LSU?
LSU, right? But Charlotte, she's a real deal, man. Like she's a beast down low, just like Dad. In the middle, sir.
Well, because he's had I know at least one son that played. I think two that played in college, but we never heard anything else about them. And sometimes I think it's unfair to grow up in the shadow of a legend because it's rare that the child reaches the same level as the parent.
True.
Even though
I'll give you a good example. Now, one case, Grant Hill. Now, his dad played football.
Correct. Dallas Cowboys.
And Grant made his own path in basketball, but I think he had actually better success because Grant's a Hall of Famer. But, it's rare that a child can have a better career than a parent.
Well, Stephen Curry definitely has a better career than his dad.
Right.
I wouldn't say the old man Grant was anything slack though. You gotta. His father was all that with the Cowboys, right?
What about Ron Harper's two sons? They're doing well in the NBA.
Yeah, Dylan. Yeah.
But they're not as good as he was yet.
Not yet. They're just starting.
Not yet.
So you probably give the Currys, Dale Curry and Stephon Curry, is probably going to be the most famous NBA player to be better than his father.
Right.
Way better.
Well,
and Dale was a good player.
Kobe Bryant's
he was
dad.
a good player, but he wasn't Stephon Curry, though. He was a good player now.
I mean, because, it was weird. I mean, Dale probably played 12 years and had a good career.
Yeah.
And then you come along, your son is the first unanimous MVP in league history.
Wow.
And,
I didn't know that.
And won 4 rings, and, so, you're right. And he's the all-time leader in 3 points. So you're right. He's way ahead of Dale. And that's saying something because a 12-year veteran, that's a nice career.
Yeah.
But now Shaq himself famously projected that his daughter will reach legendary heights in the sport.
Really?
Well,
I hope you're joking. I hope you're joking.
Wait, what you mean, man? Why you want to say that?
Why would that? Well, I mean, it's his daughter. Why wouldn't he say that? But that's putting pressure on
legendary
her.
height. That's putting pressure in. Yeah.
But he sees something. Well, first of all, 6'3", and like I'm saying, she has those genes come from Dad.
Well, his son had those genes too. His son is not on the NBA team.
But he didn't say anything about his son. Said something about his daughter.
Okay.
Trust me.
Right.
Us fathers know about our daughters.
Yeah.
You gotta understand, us fathers know about our daughters.
I think the reason she may have a chance is she's the youngest. She had the best training you could have, and she probably played against her brothers.
Mm.
So that's usually a combination for a good player.
Yeah. But Kobe Bryant's dad was a professional basketball player too, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't well known. Like, if you compare him against Bill Curry, nobody knew him like nobody knew Rick Brunson, Jalen Brunson's dad. They were just primarily what they call journeymen, and Bryant's dad had to go overseas. That's why Kobe He knew a lot of Italian and other stuff. He was very cultural young man growing up.
Anybody ready to dive into football?
Well, training camp opens in end of July for some teams. So they got these NFL players. Think about NFL players. They don't have guaranteed roster spots, so they have to grind out every day. So they're finishing up their vacations, and they got to hit it running in late July when they come into training camp.
A couple of things. I'm throwing some topics out if anybody wants to jump on one of them. What's Lamar Jackson going to do this year? Is Kansas City going to bounce back? Is Dak Prescott on the hot seat? And who's the rookie quarterback to watch? Anybody want to jump on any of those?
Yeah, it's gonna be the Raiders, man.
Well,
they're gonna run the table in their conference. And so,
the Raiders.
Yeah, the Raiders. Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
Well, keep hope alive, my friend. Keep
Look,
hope alive.
I'm acting like the Dallas Cowboy fans, okay? I mean, look. So if the Dallas Cowboy fans can say this stuff, I can say it too. All right.
Listen, I'm hoping Lamar lives up to his potential, man. He has a lot of potential, but he's starting to get the reputation of a regular season player, but you can't do it in the playoffs. And so the fact that he went to training camp, he went first day of training camp this year. He hadn't done that in his previous years at Baltimore, but he started out the first day of training camp. Now he's negotiating a contract, so that might muddle the water a little bit. But hopefully he plays up to his potential and play through the playoffs and make it to the Super Bowl this year. Even though the Cincinnati Bengals said that they are the team to beat in that division this year. So we'll see. Your boy said that he feels like he was when he won the championship at LSU, the quarterback said. And so, he threw down the gauntlet and said they're the team to beat. But I'm still looking for Lamar to step up his game and be who he is.
Let me throw this name out there. This is a name that we forgot about, but it'd be interesting to see what happens. Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
I hear. A couple years ago, we were like, "Oh, he's going to be a really good quarterback," and then had some off-field issues.
Yeah.
And then he came back and then didn't play so well. So, what happens this year?
Be interesting. I think Sanders is going to push him a little bit, so that might help him. But again, if he goes back to his pre-trouble form, because remember when he was in Houston, everybody was saying, he's going to chase down Mahomes to be, one of the best players in the NBA. But then, the trouble derailed him. Then he got hurt last couple of years. But I think, I don't know. I'd love to see him just do well as a young brother. Right. Got in trouble, second chance, but also I'd like to see Sanders, do well also. So I don't know.
Coach, I have a question for you. So if Aaron Rodgers gets hurt, will Medicare take care of it or Obamacare? just asking, you know what I mean?
So
crazy boy.
I'm gonna let DL's a Steeler fan, so I'm gonna let him address that. Who's your backup?
They got Will Howard from Ohio State that they drafted 2 years ago. Then they drafted another kid out of Penn State in the 4th or 5th round. That's still a head scratcher. I would have loved for the Steelers to play it out with some younger quarterbacks, and if they didn't pan out, this is a deep draft coming out of college next year. And Pastor Brown, the one thing interesting about Cleveland, Shedeur Sanders, they got a decent player back with the trade for the Rams and Gerard Verse, but he is no Myles Garrett. It's going to be interesting to see if the defense can still play top notch because they got a new D coordinator.
Okay.
So the pressure is going to be on the offense, and it will be interesting to see the Sean Watson, Shedeur Sanders, how they size up in training camp, because no matter, we know Watson's the incumbent, but I tell you, if he falters, Cleveland's going to want to see what they got in Deshaun Watson, because they got a boatload of picks now that they got rid of Myles Garrett. So right. Cleveland's in Cleveland, you know, it's a win-win situation for them, because if these quarterbacks don't perform, they're going to get a good quarterback in the draft because of the number of picks they got, and they might be able to trade Deshaun Watson for something better just to get a boatload of picks.
You know, okay, so if he underperforms, and he's got a monster contract, all guaranteed, so he's going to be hard to move, in my opinion.
Now that's played out, though.
Well, this is his last year of the contract. I
think his contract is running out.
This is his last season.
This is his last year of
last
that contract.
He signed it in 21. That's when the big trade took. Was it 22 or 21? I want to say 21. No, 22. He signed it in 22. It was for 5 years. Yeah, this is the last year of it.
Okay.
Yeah, because it upset a lot of owners. It upset a lot of owners, especially the owner in Baltimore. They did not like that they gave him that deal because it was guaranteed.
Yeah, he messed up the market. He shifted the market with that deal, man.
And they knew they had to pay Lamar, so they saw that contract. They were like, man, we're gonna have to get close.
And the way they back-ended that contract, because they knew he was facing discipline, so they didn't give him a bunch of money up front. They gave it to him on the back end.
That was smart.
Yeah. Still got it.
All right, so anybody got World Cup predictions? Anybody got World Cup predictions? When does the U.S. play again? That's tomorrow?
Yeah.
So July 1st.
Okay. July 1st?
No. I think they play Friday. Thursday or Friday.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, they got to finish out
I was
the
wrong
round.
about that.
Yeah, Thursday. They have to play Thursday at 10 o'clock. And then the next game is Wednesday, July 1st. So you were right, Deal. You just missed the game. So anybody followed enough other than Pastor Brown that would have a prediction on the World Cup?
Well, he said that Spain was.
I'm always going to go. You can always go predict Spain or Brazil because they've always been soccer powers. So I'm gonna go with Spain or Brazil.
Well, Brazil is not that great in this World Cup right now. I mean, they last game they played well. Again, the two favorites right now is Spain and France. All right, and then of course Argentina is the defending champion, and they looked real good in their first game. So people are predicting that they may try and defend their championship. And then you've got Portugal and the Netherlands. So we have to wait and see, man. They're going to the knockout round next week, and then we'll really get a good picture to see who's on form. But for right now, it's still Spain and France are the two top teams, with Argentina right up there.
All right. So who's your prediction? Do you have a favorite?
I'm leaning towards France right now, but I don't know. You know, again, I'll see by next week. My mind might change after I see how they play in the knockout round. But I think Spain, France, Argentina, those three are kind of up there looking real good right now.
Right. All right. So now you said you're going to Atlanta to see a game. Is that the USA?
No, man. Listen, the tickets are expensive, Doc, and USA's playing out on the West Coast, so I think.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to one of those lesser games. And I'm not going where any of the real superstar games are. The big games are out on the West Coast, man. They push some of these games down here. Kansas City, they put it where the soccer powers are. They put the best games there.
So in other words, you don't have Brickey money.
No, I definitely don't have Brickey money. Listen, I was just trying to get into a game, so I looked for one that was a little bit of money, not a whole lot of money. So that's where I'm going.
Well, look, you got a minute left, Coach.
Well, listen. Looking forward to. So we can at least talk draft next week. So everybody be prepared for that because I'm prepared for that. I think there's going to be a lot to talk about because I think there's a couple trades are going to happen. I think the landscape is going to shift enough where it will keep it interesting over the summer.
Right.
Any thoughts on that deal?
Repeat what you said, Coach.
I said, what do you think is going to happen in the NBA? Is it going to be anything significant between the trades and the draft?
I think so, and I can't wait to stay tuned. And we'll probably be talking about it next Monday because Milwaukee has to make their mind up with Giannis.
Right.
It's been going on too long.
He's out of there, man. He's out of there.
He's out of there. Well, look, I just have one
know
question.
He's out of there, but they've been dragging their feet on this. And I know he got hurt in there at some point, and that kind of delayed it. But they should have pulled this trigger a long time ago.
They should have.
You're holding up your own franchise now.
So, Coach, before we get here next week, could you do a little research? I just want to know, are the Steelers the only team that has players and fans over 40? I'm just asking, just do your research. I want to know.
You're crazy.
I got you, Joe.
All right, Coach, we out of here, man. Y'all have a great one, brother.
You